Hello, Manna auntie.
Yeah, yeah. Back again. Tell
Yes,
me.
back again. I
What
was
now? Yeah.
I was reading your book after our previous talk, and one chapter that really intrigued me was the chapter where you lost your passport.
Yeah.
Lost your passport mid during a layover.
Yeah.
So, how did that feel, like losing your passport during a layover, and how would you react to it today?
Okay. So before I answer your question, interesting you should ask this because today it is 1 year since I had the event Meet the Author in Cochin. And
Oh.
I was asking some of the people who came there to tell me what stood out for them. And there was this one friend of mine who mentioned this uh, Heathrow Airport incident. Um, so, yeah, to answer your question first, how will I react today? I think this is 21 years later, Aditi. So I think I will just pass out and fall there. Um, I think that's what would happen. Um, but at that point, it was very scary, you know. So you can divide what happened that whole couple of hours. Very scared, confused, have no idea where did my passport run away. I'm running away. Where did the passport run away, right? Then I had to sit. They wouldn't allow me to move around because I had no ID on me. And then you have all these secret services keeping a very decent distance from me. And, honestly, at one point I giggled thinking, oh, I'm a VIP. So, yeah, it was crazy that I think when you're young, you do these crazy things. You have something pushing you. This excitement was. I sat there and I also had a thought. I mean, what is the worst that can happen? And always in a crisis, that's how I deal with something difficult. What is the worst that can happen? And then I said, well, they'll put me on a flight and send me back home. To my hometown because I'm an Indian, probably. I don't know the rules. This is what I thought. I said, okay, if they send me back, they send me back. That's it. They can't send me back to another country because I have no ID, right? So I said, okay, the worst is, and it was like having a, when you flip a coin, you're not sure, am I supposed to go away to the United States or am I supposed to come back to India? I was flying out of Kuwait. So should I just come back to my family and, go back to that same old life? And it was like the coin was in mid-air. And I said, if I find my passport, it's a green light. If not, back home and start all over again. So, yeah.
So speaking about the fact that you were going to United States, this was your first visit, right?
Yes, it was.
And how did that feel though? I'm sure you already had so many reservations and you were really nervous before going, were you?
When things are going really bad for you, everything else seems like a piece of cake. So you can imagine the amount of struggle I was going through. This losing a passport, and for those listeners, I really want to imagine yourself there. Losing the passport in a country where you're not supposed to be, that's not my destination, and it's not a country from where I'm starting to travel to. That is a moment of decision, big decisions to be made. But then the fact is, I'm not the decision maker. The country has rules, travel laws are there, and I just have to, just go with the flow.
And how was your experience? When you lost it, was there anybody to help you out, or were you a lone warrior out in deserted island?
So, Aditi, this answer to this question, I think I will address all young people like you. Always believe in this world there are people who will just pop up from nowhere to help you. The lady who was working for British Airways and the one who first found out that I don't have my passport, she stood there, traced it all the way back, which I urge people who don't know the story to buy the book and read it. She stood there and made sure we traced the passport. I'm going to leave the suspense how we found it, but she was there. And I believe in the goodness of people, and I believe wherever you go, there are good people. And to this day, that's how I live. I don't plan for anything. I just know when the time comes, the right person will come in and be there to hold your hand and walk you through that stage.
That's so nice. What a nice way to explain this chapter.
Yeah.